The TSA are a penalty that Americans have incurred for falling for the 9/11 false flag trap and responding with wrath instead of wisdom. The solution to the TSA and the New World Order is to find happiness. This may sound abstract, even ludicrous, but if you are willing to listen, and if you are ready, I can show you the rules to the game. Once you understand the rules to the game and how to achieve happiness, it will all be clear. Your goal in this life is to achieve happiness, whether you know it or not. The goal of your opposing team, what is known as the New World Order, and their criminal network hierarchy are in the game to oppose you.
Let's be cold. It's a game, right? This is a big game. And who gets to win and who gets to control how the pieces move about the board.
The fact that you find it frightening instead of empowering because you now understand the game better and therefore you have more power to do something about it.
It's a game. It's like tennis. And how do you play tennis? You play with a racket. So when you go into a basketball game to play on the court, the whole idea is you have two teams.
Most people, when they begin their life, they have a goal. They have a goal often as young children. They want to be astronauts, movie stars, rock stars, inventors, scientists. Usually by the time they've entered high school, they've been frightened away from pursuing their dreams, what they really wanted to do, what would have truly made them happy, and started pursuing survival. What was the best thing for their survival and only their survival? This has been a tactic perpetrated by what's being called the New World Order in order to scare them into not pursuing their dreams. See, the objective is to make them a piece. I'm calling it a piece as opposed to a player. A player is someone who is playing the game of life. He's pursuing his dreams, his goals, his passions. These are his games, and he is pursuing them. What people don't know is if they don't pursue their dreams and they don't pursue their passions, then not only do they not win, but they lose. See, it's win or lose. You either win the reward or you suffer the penalties. It's win or lose, just like any game. So the New World Order are here to oppose you. How are they opposing you? Well, they're doing it by setting traps. They're setting traps and they're targeting your weaknesses with these traps. The weaknesses of all mankind, not you personally, but all mankind. And one of your weaknesses are certain characteristics in humans, which are, let's see, envy, greed, lust, wrath, sloth, basically any of these characteristics which we would consider undesirable. Some people call them the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins was actually something that was developed by a monk, and it was later implemented into Catholicism, I think. But they're not listed that way in any Bible. However, ancient philosophers have somehow noticed that these are weaknesses that people have, and they cause a lot of destruction. And you can notice that any society that is just completely overrun with greed, wrath, vanity, lust, sloth, etc., they fall, they collapse. So this is a sick society. It's not a healthy one, because these things obviously are bad because they collapse societies. The society's dying like an organism. So the New World Order enter in like a bacteria, and they continue to grow. This is why we're overrun with porn, with financial traps. Almost everything is a financial trap now. The real estate market is a financial trap. The government is an entire Ponzi scheme. They basically, they get some politician, some president or something, and they use his greed or his vanity and offer him some position, knowing that he knows he's fake. He knows he's just an actor, but he's doing it for his own greedy, selfish purposes. And they use this guy, and basically he offers us a bunch of free stuff, and it's all a betrayal. Because then they later betray. So it looks like the real thing, but it's not the real thing. So the trap is designed to look like the real thing, but later to betray. All traps are set this way. A mouse trap is set that way. It looks like food, but if the mouse takes the bite, then it's got him. Traps for humans are set the same way, but they're set in the form of losses. So you lose something if you take the bait. You lose freedom, you lose basically your money. This is designed to not to make you a piece, but later to turn you into a broken piece. A broken piece is someone who's basically lost everything, has no more reason to live. He's emotionally broken. He's very depressed. He's basically, some of them are on alcohol, drugs, or suicidal, and they're looking for a way out. Basically, this is a person that's already dead. Now, he can recover, but he's going to basically have to locate his goals again, develop a strategy, and begin to pursue his goals without falling into these traps. This will make him come back to life. The New World Order use fear because they try to scare you into not playing your games. Your games are your purposes in life, what would make you happy. You have to be able to accomplish your goals, and if you have no freedoms left, then you don't have the freedom to pursue your goals, you know. Now, that is the real reason they are trying to take away your freedom, is they're trying to win the happiness game. They don't want you to win, so if they take away all your freedoms, then you cannot achieve happiness. It's impossible. That is a brief overview of the game. The rest of it is in my book. It's called The Happiness Game. It's by Jason McMasters, and it's available on Amazon.com. All the rules are there. Everything you will need to succeed. Have a great day.
So you see a turf war, right? So here's this dividing line. Okay, let's say free thinkers like you and I are over here, and we're in our little huddled mass, and then this crowd over here who wants to control everything, and let's call it the uninformed in the middle. Well, this turf war is going on. It's like a football game where nobody can really score a touchdown, right? They haven't stamped people like you and me out, and certainly we're not going to stamp them out anytime soon. So it's back and forth. But if something happens where there's this open moment, where suddenly 10, 20 million people are suddenly searching for new information because something gets exposed, you know what I mean? I think you have to be able to step into that void with a message that's greater than fear, or greater than the counter response to the fear.